Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of These Can't Be My Kids.
It's
I'm traveling today, so as you can tell, we're not in the same space. This is me virtually, but we wanted to make sure we still got this episode out to y'all so y'all can still see what's going on.
exactly. Yo, I was talking to one of my kids the other day and I had a thought. And as I'm listening to him, I'm like, I raised this child. I've fed him, I've clothed him, I've taught him morals. But now, 25 years later, my kids are sleeping till 3 p.m., still asking for money,
Mm,
ignoring my text like
yes,
I work for them. So tonight's
girl.
episode is dedicated to them. They are grownish, jobless,
Yes,
and still asking for stuff. So tonight is meet the kids behind our chaos. That's what it is.
definitely. All right, and today Karen's going to be starting with the oldest of the bunch.
Look, Derisha. Yeah, that is the oldest of the bunch. You know what? I was thinking about her too the other day. Because let me just tell you, I just literally 2 days ago, I just found out she had a boyfriend. Now, granted,
Mm,
Derisha is damn near 40. And she just got a boyfriend, right? I mean, a current boyfriend. But 2 days prior to me
right.
finding out she had a boyfriend, she had called to ask me for money. So the
So
question
what's the
is
boyfriend for?
exactly my point. Isn't that the whole reason why you start to explore, connect, and have a connection with somebody? So I don't have
I
to
mean,
deal.
what does she ask for money for though? Let's ask that question.
At the point when
Oh,
you get a
see,
boyfriend, you don't need. I don't need to know.
I mean, we all know the boyfriend don't pay for everything. And if they newly dating, we have to consider that, right? Should she just be going to him immediately?
Is that how our mother raised us? No.
I mean, I'm just asking.
Is that how our mother
Maybe
raised?
she was maybe she was embarrassed to ask the boyfriend for the money, so she thought she would ask her mother instead. So, but you're right. I mean, if you got a man, don't be calling me for your DoorDash. Definitely connect with somebody else. So I feel you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
we go to my next oldest, Christina. she Listen,
mm,
Christina is the checklist girl. She has a life checklist of all the things that you should and should not be doing, right? And God forbid, not only if she doesn't follow the checklist, but if you don't follow the checklist, she thinks something wrong with you. And then she could be very judgmental. Because I told y'all in one
oh,
episode, she got a
hmm,
PhD in judgment. But that girl got a
yes.
checklist for life. Like you should be doing this, you should be doing this, and you should be doing this, and this has to be checked, and this has to be checked. And then you just look at her and be like, why? And she becomes
But
that's
is
a,
she following her own checklist? Is she
no.
following her checklist?
Some
Oh,
of it,
she
but not for real.
okay,
No.
okay.
Not for real. And
Um,
God forbid if we get judgmental of her. Listen, she told me the other day she seen a picture of herself before she had the baby, and she said, "Why y'all didn't tell me I was fat?" I said, "We did. We joked you all the time." She said, "That's not the same thing. Y'all should have just came out and told me I was fat." In this
oh
family,
wait.
it's the same
So a
thing.
joke isn't the truth?
And in this family, it
For
is
her,
the
a joke
exact
isn't the truth. Yeah.
yeah, right. So I don't know. These kids are crazy.
That girl. I don't know. Well, now mine comes into play. Of course, my oldest, and that's Jasmine. Girl, this one is good at handling everyone else's emergencies, but not her own. She is a 911 operator, and so she will. handle emergencies every single day. But when something comes up in her life, she is not on it at all. Let me just tell you, it's always something. It's mom, can you help me with this? Mom, can you do that? I mean, I'm sure she said, Auntie, can you believe these people doing ABC? Because it's some emergency going on in her life. But what she do? She got to call mom and auntie to get it fixed.
So let me ask you this. Is it really, does she really feel like, because being a 911 operator in the emergency of somebody like being hurt to her own life emergencies, it may not seem the same to her. So is it really like, is she not handling her emergency or is she just not recognizing that it's an emergency?
Girl, all I know is she 36, 37 years old, and I'm still involved in day-to-day stuff. That's what I do know. So maybe she don't see it as an emergency, but she sure enough, if she calling me, it must be an emergency because she don't call me for day-to-day stuff.
Mm, that's why these can't be our kids.
Girl, I
Well, a
don't
little
know.
Delulu, like Kamani. Kamani is my Kamani is my oldest son. But when I tell you that boy, he is paranoid. I think Kamani
Mm.
thinks that he was born into this earth for the entire world to come against him. Everything is a scam.
Everything's a conspiracy scare.
Everything. Working is a conspiracy. Taxes is a conspiracy. Driving is a conspiracy. Eating is a conspiracy. Everything with him is a conspiracy or a scam. And so I find myself having conversations with him, and it's like, come on, what are you talking about? Like, I don't think this world is real. So that would
I
mean
mean,
you're
but what's the conspiracy? Oh, I don't think the world is real.
no, he doesn't. He think it's some sort
But
of
what's the conspiracy? What do you think gonna happen? Like,
girl. I have no
what's gonna
idea.
happen to him? Like,
I have no
is he
idea.
gonna get abducted by aliens or what? What's
Girl, I have no idea. But and you
you
know what
just
the
think
crazy part
everybody
is?
out to get him?
Everybody's out to get him. And the crazy part is, he is paranoid without smoking. His whole entire life is just paranoia. I I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh, you made him. You raised him to kind of think the world was out to get him. There you go.
Of course, it's my fault. Right. Of
We
course.
blame it on you.
Yeah.
Hmm. Of course. All right. Well, next in line is Ebony. And Ebony is a highly paid accountant, but she still don't know how to budget, y'all. She cannot budget for the life for herself. She will spend money on things that she just do not need to have. She goes on trips that she don't need to go on. And then she be looking around going, I don't have no money to just do the basic things in life. And I'm like, aren't you an accountant for people? Like, don't you manage other people's money? I don't understand it.
Does she have a lot of clients though?
I just don't get it.
Does she have a lot of clients?
Yeah, yeah, she has a lot of clients. She has, I'm telling you, a really good page. She does a good job at work and she is like on it. Like she done been promoted. She got new jobs. So she's definitely all about the business. But I'm like, how you don't know how to do your own budget? It's just like, I don't get it.
So she call you about budgeting her money too?
Girl.
Mm, yeah.
She will say, "Oh, my friends are going on this trip, and I know I really shouldn't go, but I think I'm gonna go anyway because then, well, if I go, then what about my car note? And maybe I should." And it's like, how about you just don't go on the trip? You pay your regular bills, you budget the way you're supposed to. She came home one time to stay at home to save money. She was like, "Oh, my apartment, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna live at home for a little bit and save money." I don't think that girl saved a dime. The whole 6 months, 9 months she was at the house, and then of course moved into another high-rise, expensive apartment in Dallas. So, but she just, it was
Yeah.
like, what's the purpose if you're not doing this? Hmm.
And she was on a trip every month. And the crazy part,
Every
but the
month.
crazy
So
part
I'm
is
like,
she don't go to no like, oh, I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Miami. She like, oh, I'm
oh
going to
no,
Greece.
correct. She be all outside the country. She's like, I'm not taking no US trip. Like, what's that? So,
Yes, girl. So I guess the next
whew,
step he would be Elijah Wan.
girl.
say Kamani is Delulu and he is paranoid. But Elijah, he is hilarious. He's only hilarious if you understand him, right? Because I told y'all before, Elijah is my kid that has Asperger's, right? And so what we would call liar, liar, pants on fire, for him, it's like this thing really happened in my mind. Cause I remember one time we were sitting down having brunch and we talking about traveling. And he said, "Oh yeah, I felt that way when I went to California." Yo, we all stopped in mid conversation. California,
When he go to California?
exactly. When did
Like,
this
when did he go
man?
to California?
This man ain't never even been on a plane. That is part of his Asperger's, right? And so when if you don't really understand the whole
California.
concept behind Asperger's, you just be like, "Oh, I can't deal with you. You a liar." And so like the rest of his siblings always come at him that way, and I'll be like, "Y'all just gotta understand him." They be like, "No, mom, something got to be wrong with you too." No, it's not. But once I know how he's functioning and he's saying stuff to me, I already know. Okay, this is reality. This is a lie. He done mixed them two. Let me decipher which is really the it. So, but I love him to life. He's hilarious. Right now, they call him my favorite, and it's not. It's just that
Mm.
it's a little bit more time to deal with him. And then there's
Got
Nazir,
it. Got it.
the baby boy. Like for real, the baby boy. This, I, listen, this is the one I showed y'all had the airplane on his head, and he was a fly boy. This the one who's famous in his own mind. He got 1,000 videos, but ain't got nothing else. He's 25 and he's probably gonna be like the 35-year-old rapper because he is
Mm.
famous in his own. He can't catch the bus. He can't walk in. He can't work in places like
He can't
Walmart.
catch the bus.
He cannot. Can you, girl? No. He would
Why he
rather rent
can't
out a
catch the
Penske
bus?
he would rather rent out a Penske truck and drive in that versus save money and get on a bus to go down the street because he's too famous in his mind. He can't work. God forbid if he had a job.
Mm.
He can't have a
Mm.
job. You know who he is? He can't do it. His name is Sap. I told y'all before
Okay,
that.
listen.
Told y'all before that. He just can't. And then my
So how
last.
famous are his videos? So wait. I'm asking, how famous are his videos? I need to understand before we move on.
Let's just say
He famous
I'm
on
the
what
first
channel? On what where?
in his mind. He has a TikTok going on in his mind.
Okay, okay. All right.
And then my final
Okay, okay.
is Michaela. And I talk about Michaela all the time, but that girl thinks she know everything. She 23, she 23, 24. I don't even know how old the girl is because she act like she
Mm-hmm.
45, 50.
23.
She act like she 45, 50 years old. She everybody mama. She know everything that everybody need to do. We done deemed her as the prophetess because obviously she gonna foretell what's happening before it actually happens. And then she gonna come back and say, I told y'all. But she's everybody
Mm.
mama. And so she's Miss Know It All. And so I have a mixture of paranoid, know it all, Asperger's, trying to be famous, judgment, and then has a boyfriend. And I don't know what's going on there that I just found out about. That is
Well,
my bunch.
for Michaela, maybe she's like an old soul who has come back, you know. So maybe she do know more than what we think she knows, which is why she can tell us all what's going on.
Her mouth is older than her.
Okay.
That girl mouth,
All right.
girl, girl,
All
that
right.
girl mouth, girl. Mm-mm.
Well, all right. Well, my last two, I have Destiny. And Destiny has mastered the art of sleeping in while side eyeing responsibility. Just this past couple weeks, right? I've been telling Destiny to unload and load the dishwasher and do the kitchen. And every time I come home and I'm like, "Did you do that?" Destiny, like, I didn't get up till 2, but by the time I got up, Auntie was doing it already. Oh, Dad did it already. And I'm like, well, but I told you to get up and do it. So every time I ask her to do something, somehow or another, everybody else done already did it before she could do it. I don't know if it's because she's sleeping till 3 or what, but it's definitely like, how did you end up not doing the responsibility that I told you to do? I will
Because
have
that's
to
not her
pause for a
destiny.
second though and give her a shout out today because it is her birthday. I
Oh,
know
it
that's
is
what she'll say all the
her
time. It's
birthday.
not my destiny. Yes, today is her birthday, July
It is.
22nd. So happy birthday to Destiny.
Yes, happy
Shout
birthday,
out, shout
Destiny.
out. So yes, she is a major cause of the chaos, but aside from that. So
She's the bougie part of the
and
chaos.
lastly, Devon, she is the bougie one, yes, 100%. So and Devon, so he tell me all the time that the job market is hard, that he can't find a job. So he had a job. His job went away because the company went away. And so now he's supposed to be in the job market looking for another job in welding because that's what he want to do. Meanwhile, he in his room, staying up all night, playing video games for 7 hours. And then when I send him jobs to go to or tell him that people are hiring, I'll be like, oh, did you ever fill out that application? Did you go to that interview? Did you do anything? And he'd be like, oh man, I was playing my game. I forgot. So how hard is the job market? I'm confused here.
Well, actually, I
Because
just seen
I'm
on the
like,
news that Virginia was the only state whose unemployment went up. So maybe he's thinking he in Virginia instead of
yeah,
Texas.
maybe, obviously, because I'm telling you, he hasn't looked at one. No, let me not say that. Because then he'll be like, Mom, I did look at that one. He hasn't looked at most of the job leads that I have given him and still is jobless. So if anybody out there know anybody who's hiring welders, please hit me up because I'm going to share those job leads with him anyway. So
If
I
it's
appreciate
really
that.
that
So.
he likes welding, or maybe he should look for a job in gaming.
We talked about that back when he was in high school and he first started gaming, but I don't know. These kids today, like they like playing the game. They don't want to be designing or developing or any of that other stuff. And I even tried to get him to be like a gaming influencer on like YouTube or something, but it's too much work because as you know, having a YouTube channel is more than just sitting there and recording yourself. So he wasn't for that either. But so my four, I have that emergency handler that's not knowing how to handle emergencies, the accountant that don't know how to budget, the one that doesn't know how to take on any responsibility, and the last one that just can't figure out how to follow job leads. So I don't know, but those are the chaos. That's the group. And you know what? They are the reason that we are here today. So,
Yes. But
oh,
you know what? At the end of the day, we taught them, right? We taught them how to walk, we taught them how to talk. In our experiences, we taught them how to work hard. But for whatever reason, they chose an optional way of living. I mean, I,
girl,
I don't know.
listen, I say all the time, they are funny. We know they're smart,
Yeah.
right? They just don't know how to use either of those qualities when they need to. They kind of just hang out there in the ether, just doing whatever it is that they want to do.
And
Oh,
as much as they ask for money, as much as they ignore us, as much as we sit here and go, these can't be my kids.
girl.
We'll still fight a bear for any of them, for real.
Oh, 100% on any given day. So,
But that don't
we're
mean
gonna,
I won't put your
no,
name and your story on this podcast
on this
for the world
podcast
to see what it is and the stress and the
that you
chaos
do.
that y'all are causing us, for real. But anyhow,
Yeah, yeah. If y'all know a parent, this will be a good one. If you know somebody who's living through the same chaos that we're living through, why don't you tag them? Make sure you comment, make sure you share, add this episode to them so that they can also see like these are on full blast. You're not alone in this. So,
yeah. And just, again, like we always tell y'all every week, engage. Share your story.
yes,
Watch the video from beginning to end. Because I see y'all don't be
100%.
doing that. Watch it from beginning to end because there's some great
You
information
missed the
that's in,
best part.
right? Because then all y'all want to do is be like,
You'll
y'all
miss the
boring.
best parts if you
Boring.
don't come to the end of the video.
That's right.
Oh
Like,
no, that was last season. That was last season. We come in new and fresh, we making sure we bring y'all episodes every week, even when we're traveling or doing other things in our lives, because that's what we do. But we here for it. All right.
With
So, and don't be
mother.
talking about my background, because
Oh, because you know they be good for that one. They be like, look at your
y'all
background.
can't talk about my couch today.
So make sure y'all don't forget Thursday we got It's the
Um,
Audacity for Me. And if you have an audacity story, it doesn't even have to just be about your kids. It could be about anything. If you have an audacity story, make sure you
mhm.
submit them to us because we want to talk about it. Because Thursday we
I tell
coming.
you all the time.
Yes. Because people are
That's right.
crazy.
Your boss, your sister, your husband, we don't care who it is. The audacity comes in every shade, flavor, color. So bring them.
But once again, thank y'all for
All
tuning in
right,
for another
y'all. Thank y'all
episode
for tuning in.
for These Can't Be My Kids. See y'all next week.
Have a good one.